Hello, I'm Helen Taylor from Stories and Supper. We've been bringing refugees, asylum seekers, and local residents in Waltham Forest together for 3 years now to share food and stories. During lockdown, we've carried on meeting online, telling stories and writing poems so that we can stay connected and support each other. We've always loved being part of the Walthamstow Garden Party, so this year we want to share with you some of the stories we've been writing with storyteller Jumana Moon on the theme of Up in the Air. Some of the stories are based on memories from back home and others are pure fantasy. We hope you enjoy listening to them as much as we enjoyed telling them.
This is the story of Parry the pigeon. We discovered that we all love pigeons. Some people think they're pests, but we can see their beauty. This particular pigeon, Parry, is no exception. She's a feathered angel with amazing powers, and she flies around blowing stars and blessings to newborn babies.
One day, a baby girl was born. The 11th day after she was born, we held a big party and then named her Reshma. During the naming party, pigeon was flying around the Reshma, coming too close to the baby. Everyone sitting around the baby under the beautiful trees, and they say, "This is pigeon." All the guests was startling and tired to shoo, it's away, saying, "Go away, leave the baby. We need to protect the bundle of joy from this pest," and keep flying down.
Little did they know was that she was an angel. But poor Pari persevered and blew stars down and Reshma, which were in fact blessings of joy and love and luck Reshma's life. Reshma would be blessed by fairy magic. Nobody could change that.
The guest continued to shoo her away, thinking she was pestering the baby girl. The Pari decided to hide. When the party was over, she set up a nest in the huge, beautiful mango tree next to the Reshma's house. From that day on, Pari stayed by Reshma, protecting her and bringing her love and luck rest of her life. And the mango tree had the sweetest, juiciest mango will ever taste.
I would love to share my story with you, my childhood story. I remember when I was too little, I loved eating sweets, especially candy-floss. But my parents didn't let me eat so much because I don't know, because of our economy, we didn't have enough money or for my health. I don't know why. I always, when I looked the sky and I saw the clouds, I thought that's a candy floss, but it's white, not pink, because I used to eat the only pink one, and I couldn't wait to try it. I always thinking about during the day, night, and when I sleep, I dreamed flying. I fly on the sky without any machine, without anything to pick me up. To you know, I felt unique. I felt I can fly. I have a special power. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but unfortunately I couldn't get it because before achieving the cloud, I woke up. um, a childhood, it's very nice time to live because they don't feel responsibility. They don't feel. They see everything beauty. For example, when I saw the first time snow, after that's a sugar, it's flying. If I become a parent, I would let my child live fully in their life, except something too harmful for them. But I let them to feel everything. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Abdullah. When I was younger, we used to ski down the mountain on a board made out of wood. I would carry the board on my shoulder and go all the way up to the top of the mountain. And when I'd come down on the board over the sand and the rock, it was like skiing on sand. We would go out all day from early in the morning with sheep, the cows, and camels. We would go to the mountains with all the animals and we'd stay out until sunset. And if my animals were going far away, I would take my mountain board. Sometimes the grass near to our village was finished and we would have to go far away from home. Sometimes with my animals, I would be here today, and then maybe next week or next month, I would move to another place. We traveled far from home to find food for the animals and took my tent with me. Maybe we went for 1 month, maybe 2 months. I would take my food and my blanket, everything. I would go with my brother and sister and our animals, and other people would do the same. We could go together. We would have our own tent and they would have their tents. We would also climb high in the trees. We had trees in the village and also outside the village. All kinds of trees. I like to climb the trees and pick the fruit. Sometimes we could tie a rope to the tree and swing on it. There was sand under the tree, so if you fell down, it couldn't hurt you. It was really, really great.
Before Midsummer Night, me and my friends, Imba and Jane, decided to go climbing. And I was so excited I barely can sleep. We prepared the tent, the water, and some fruit, and we met at 8 a.m. in the bottom of the mountain. We were ready for this trip into the clouds.
Ooh.
And we started climbing and climbing, and we didn't realize the time was passing by. So we stopped 5 minutes to drink some water and to eat some fruit that Imba brought. We got to save more energy. So we start climbing again, climbing and climbing. And the hours were passing by and the darkness arrived, inviting us to set up the tent, but we didn't know where we were.
So we set out the campfire and we had our dinner, but it was really late, so we went to bed. Then something woke us up. We were not sure what. Maybe an owl. We got out of the bed tent and we saw all the stars. We have never seen so many stars. It was fantastic. But then we saw 3 shadows at the horizon. We were not sure what they was. It could have been trees, but we were not sure. So we quickly went back into the tent and went to sleep.
And we all managed to sleep peacefully all night long, despite being worried about the shadows. And the stars had been beautiful. So we slept and we slept. Some of us dreamed, some of us didn't. But we still slept deeply. And then suddenly, in what seemed like the middle of the night, it was actually 5 o'clock in the morning, we were woken up by this. Good grief! What on earth was that? We opened the tent and there were birds swirling and swirling and swirling around us, screeching as well. So many seagulls. They were looking for tidbits to eat because they thought we might have sandwiches. So we threw our crumbs out of the tent so that they could eat them. And then we got up cautiously because we were still a bit scared of these birds that were screeching and screeching. And then we saw we were on top of the world.